What is up, Patreon crew? Welcome to the Patreon crew post show specifically for you guys for supporting our wonderful channel. I'm just going to kind of get everything set up here because we just jumped right into it. We already have the nice live chat room, good active chat room. Let me just make sure that the video starts up here. You can hear us, all that good stuff. It says it's not going to start for another 11 minutes. But
it's already on live on mine.
Is it already live?
Yep.
Why is mine? There we go. Mine just now started up.
Good.
Great. So first of all, great. Ghostkin says it's working now, guys. Awesome. Gus is awake and active. I'm going to try something with you guys because the audio was not working beforehand. I'm going to switch over to, because right now we have the audio coming just from this mic. Normally what we do is we bring the audio in from the program I use to broadcast this show. That's why the intro didn't have music. So let's just, I'm going to give it a shot. You might lose our audio, but let us know in the comments and we'll switch it back over. All right. I'll tell you when we're switching. Can you guys hear our audio? I'm not seeing any.
It doesn't look like it.
Now you guys can hear our audio, yeah?
Oh, people are saying robot audio. You guys sound terrible.
Why is that?
Breaking up, auto-tune, choppy, more Gus. Sounds
is
like
it better now?
Gingerrun.
Guys, is it better now? Choppy, super choppy.
Ginger robot.
Ginger robot. Wonderful. Yes, okay. So that's weird. I don't know why that is.
Take the cauliflower out of your mic.
Damn it. That cauliflower, though. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that's
Matt
happening.
Feldhake says, you sounded like T-Pain, Ethan.
Oh, T-Pain! That's exactly what he sounds like. We're going to have to figure that out before next week's show. I don't know why that's happening. Expect another live stream at some point this week to fix this stuff.
Amber Nixon says, do it again. That was fun.
No, I don't get why that would be happening. I already restarted my computer and all that stuff. So, well, that's fine. We can continue this for the Patreon crew. Happy New Year, Patreon crew. We did our Patreon crew live last week with $10 pledges and above. We've been doing the post show here with $1 level and above. I was thinking about like the structure of the Patreon side of things. We have $1, $3, $10, $25, $50, and $100. Guys, you want to talk? Want to say something? So for kind of what I was thinking is the $1 gets you automatic entry into this 4 times a month. We basically will do the post show with everybody on Patreon because you guys are all just fantastic for even supporting the channel. It's a nice reward. And so for $3 and above, we're also incorporating that new Facebook community. We have our Patreon Crew Corner, which is a community where everyone can communicate with each other, which is awesome to have that. And
Amber commented right off the bat that she really loves the Patreon Facebook page.
It's been incredibly active. It's been sweet. So if you are at the $1 level, consider jumping up to the 3. You will also continue to get the music. There will be lots of more music this year. Hopefully a goal that I don't talk about, but I'm putting out there now. And I'm okay with this not happening because it's very difficult to make happen, but an album, it would be great to have a new album this year. Doing an album a year would be amazing, but so challenging. So I'd be cool if we had to wait another year for a new album, but at least new music will continue to happen. Oh, by the way, yeah. If you are watching the Patreon crew live on the Patreon website, as always, it's a YouTube link that's embedded on Patreon. If you hover over the video, there's a link at the top of it that will like pop up. Clicking that will take you to the YouTube page, which has that live chat, just like what we just had on gingerrun Live. So consider jumping over to the YouTube side. That's the live chat we're going to pull up because otherwise Patreon just posts comments. I see.
I'm gonna hop on over to Patreon.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just jumping, commenting on the Patreon post. So that's fine, but I encourage you guys to come over to the YouTube page. Was it? You just passed it.
I did?
Yeah, that's it right there. The Facebook page is wonderful. Nice. Not on Facebook. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. As I know there's a large number of people that just aren't on Facebook. It honestly was just the best.
It's hard to find a platform that
works for everybody.
Everybody can access.
without requiring new logins. And, you know, I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook primarily for like cybersecurity reasons and that sort of stuff. I totally get it. It was really difficult to try to find a place like a forum or something like that that could work for everybody without having to have everyone create new accounts and link accounts. So Facebook was just the easiest, simplest, and it's been working really well because people are communicating rapidly back and forth. Oh, buddy, you are floating between both of us. I don't know how he's doing this. He has his front paws on my lap, back legs on Kim's lap, and his head just on the table. And there's a 6-inch gap between us where he's just floating.
Okay, I'm gonna put him down.
You want to put him down? I think it's smart.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
There was a really funny comment on the video. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I think I lost it. I can't remember who it was. I think it was. I want to find it because I thought it was funny. It was Tony. Tony goes, "Why does Gus have better hair than I do?"
Valid point.
Gus has better hair than all of us.
When he gets really
Except
dirty
it's not,
or like really
meat
wet,
in it.
yeah, when it gets really wet, it turns into ramen. Like his ears turn into ramen.
And speaking of ramen, Raul in the chat room is telling me I should try a recipe, and I lost where the name of it is. Send me the recipe to
Who
that
posted it?
soup. Raul.
Raul, please, yeah. We are always open to new recipes. I didn't mention this during the show, but I feel like it's something that we have talked a bit about, Kim. One of the reasons we wanted to do... Well, one thing I really love that Kim does is she's always like trying to find new recipes, new ways to make things that fit our diet. We are a vegetarian. We've talked about it on the show. If for no other reason, health reasons and you know, animal welfare reasons and stuff like that. We don't want to get into the logistics of all that, but we'd love to share recipes. So Kim has just kind of made this recipe her own, but she's got this incredible vegan Caesar salad dressing that I crave constantly. And
and some of you guys have messaged me and I've sent you the recipe.
It is so much better than just Caesar salad dressing, which has anchovies, anchovies in it normally. It's better than like we've basically gone on a spree of buying different designer Caesar dressings that are vegetarian or vegan or just don't have anchovies, and none of them. We had it for the first time in months, Kim's recipe the other night, and none of them come close. It's amazing how good it tastes. So it'd be amazing to do videos where we talk about these recipes.
Yeah, and Nora in the chat room says MLL cooks video. I'd like to do that. It's just I think I would need to come up with original recipes.
You've already kind of adapted it a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is that no recipe is original. Every recipe is some sort of adaptation of some other recipe. We can definitely make it our own, and we can figure that out for all the recipes that we love. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
And I would love to do one with our vegetarian lasagna and stuff.
Also, our current kitchen.
Don't want to film in it. It's bad. It's great for us, but it's tiny and definitely not video worthy. Part of the move will hopefully be in a space where we can utilize the kitchen for some sort of filming if we need to. It's impossible. Yeah, it's not worth it.
And a lot of you guys talked about Thug Kitchen, and I've made recipes out of the Thug Kitchen cookbook, and it's good.
It's good. So yeah, that's something that we were looking.
Yeah.
I've been really pitching it to Kim. I'm like, you got to do recipes. People would flip. It's something I would like to do on my channel, maybe someday, but I just don't have recipes. I have my recovery shake recipe, and I feel like it's every other recipe. It's exactly the same. I could just do that video and people would be like, this is stupid. Why don't you put blank in it? Or why don't you put blank in it? It's, you know, it's like when I review a mattress, people are like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, but so this goes back to like what we were talking about before about trying to stay away from the negativity on videos. And, you know, I keep reminding myself every time I get some sort of rude comment that even like cute puppy videos gets thumbs down and rude comments.
Yeah. It's not people coming to Kim's video and wanting to hate on Kim. It's just that there are humans that they need to do that. You go to I forget where I saw that. I forget if it's in a documentary or something, but you go to a baby laughing video. It's a baby laughing and it's adorable and there are thumbs down. You go to any video and there are thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It can be something that's not even like a car review or something, and thumbs down. It doesn't matter. So I don't take thumbs down personally. In fact, if I have 10,000 views on a video and no thumbs down, I'm like, I think I did this wrong. I wasn't opinionated enough, or
sure,
you know, because you kind of want to drive up that controversy.
I feel like the thumbs down come with the territory, but I feel like unnecessary comments are just people being rude.
I agree. Tim says there's no thumbs down on Patreon shows. There aren't, and here's why we love doing this and interacting with you guys is just the simple action of you providing some sort of donation per month. Well, I guess it's whether it's $1 to $100 or whatever, it doesn't matter your level. You are investing in something you enjoy. I imagine there is a troll out there somewhere that would be like, I'd pitch in $1 just to thumbs down a guy's video every week. That's fine, but that would get old after a while. So those of you who are joining us on this Patreon side of things, you are the community that cares what we put out. You wanted to see Kim succeed. You want to see her channel happen, and it did. You want to see my videos do well. And that's what I didn't talk about during the show, was the call of the community to help share everything and help build up the brand. I kind of talked about it. I was talking about the 100,000 subscriber thing. So you guys are our core supporters, right? And it's fantastic. It's incredibly helpful, and I want you to be able to see exactly where your money is going, and that's why I want to do these Patreon shows with you guys after every show, and that goes for every level of Patreon support. The community, so you can see that there is this community of like-minded individuals on Facebook. I think it's fantastic. It's doing really, really well. Music and sharing art with you guys.
Somebody thumbs down the video.
Of course. Someone just trying to have fun. Watch. Whoever thumbs it down, I dare you to thumbs it back up. And then we'll know that they're watching live.
It was the other Mike Pence. Not the Mike Pence, but the other one.
Our Mike Pence? Did he admit to it? Did he admit to it?
He did.
Okay, Mike Pence. It's okay. I had the thumbs down this one, though. Nice. Not the real Mike Pence, but the real Mike Pence.
Right.
He's got a pretty funny story that was written about him, because he is named the same as the to-be vice president. I think, what was I going to say? I think that was it. I was just rambling.
If you guys have any goals that I didn't pull from the show, please mention them again in the chat room if I missed them, because there was a whole slew of things coming through. Yeah,
and here. You can also post them on, maybe after we do this, maybe we finish the live show, on the Patreon post of this video. Feel free to list your goals there, because that's a permanent blog that will stay there. Newcomers to Patreon can see it. Those who are still logged into Patreon can see it. That's a good permanent place for that, because the live chat on the YouTube side of things it gets deleted after the show goes away.
Yeah, or in the Facebook
yeah,
group.
Or on the Facebook group. Yeah, that'd be great. The trolls are all watching Alabama play football tonight. Yep, that's probably it.
All right, couple goals rolling in here. Tim says, I want to smash my 50K PR, and God, I hope hit 6:30 at Chuckanut this March.
Tim, we'll see you at Chuckanut. I will.
I might see
you. We're still talking about like how we're working out the trip.
Logistics. And everything got very busy very quickly.
It got very busy very quickly. If you remember from last week's Patreon Crew Live. Love it. I think Chuckanut's a great place for you to do something like 6:30, because it's fairly flat, and then mountains, and then flat.
And we did have Jeff Peltier in the chat room earlier. I don't think he's in this chat room, but he did also mention one of his goals was something at Chuckanut, PRing at Chuckanut.
Chuckanut is a PR course for 50K runners, because it's PR. I mean, compared to other 50Ks out there, it's not the hardest. There are flatter ones. There are 50Ks that are just all flat, or even like slightly downhill the whole way. But I've heard, I have not run it before, but I've heard that Chuckanut is a great place to really like push speed a little bit and get a good PR. The course records are freaking fast.
Pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse Luna says, I want to finish a 50 miler in 2017. Have you registered for one yet?
Yeah.
Do you have one in mind?
It's a great goal. There's lots of good 50 milers.
It's one of my goals this year.
Mm-hmm. Stay healthy.
And Richard Scout. Reed also says first 50 miler is my big one.
Nice job, Richard. Scout Phillips goals: stay healthy, positive, work on speed, go sub 24. Even a 23:59 is fine for this year's Vermont 100. That's a fantastic goal.
Even just like the goal of staying positive is a really good goal too. It's really, really easy to get down on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, last year, that's during my knee-mageddon. It was all I was doing was just like, I'm not, going to be able to do Trans-Rockies, and I'm just having a real bummer of a year. And the injury is like not bad enough where I can't run, but it's not. It's too bad where I can't run long and run hard, and all these things were just causing me to really lose my passion for the enjoyment of running on trails and stuff like that. It's a real bummer, but things worked out, and now I feel like I have a good fire lit inside. So staying positive, I think, is very beneficial.
Yep. Chris Butcher says sub 9 hour at Lake Sonoma this year.
Damn.
We will see you there.
Yeah, we will, but not in 9 hours. Sub 9 at Lake Sonoma.
I'll be finishing hours after you.
I will most likely be finishing hours after you. Yeah, that's a tough 50 miler, that's for sure. But that's a great goal, Chris. You crush it. Crush.
Amber Nixon says, when would you start training for a half marathon taking place at the end of August? I guess it would depend on where you are with your running right now and what kind of half marathon.
Yeah, it totally depends on where you are. Not geographically, but with your training. So if you're maintaining a base mileage of, let's say, 20 to 25 miles a week, and you can probably train up to that in a couple of weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. I don't want to say one or the other, depending on your ability. But yeah, let's say if you're going from 0, you can give yourself a couple of months for sure. I know people that 3 months, 16 weeks, or that sort of thing, anywhere from 3 to 4 months, and just slowly building yourself up. What you don't want to do is give yourself 3 weeks from 0 and build up so fast that you end up injuring yourself. You don't want to injure yourself. So yeah, take the time to slowly build up. That will not only help your body acclimate to the distance, but your mind, so you will be much more confident when you toe the start line.
Rick Weaver says the Volcanic 50.
That one looks amazing. Yeah. I think last year they had some crazy weather. I think it was rain. Lots of rain. That's the one that runs around Mount St. Helens. Right. Looks beautiful, though. Mount St. Helens, the circumnavigating, that would be a real good goal.
Let's see. Jesse Murray, goals. I want to do a 30-mile training run starting at midnight on technical trails. I think that's a cool goal.
That's a cool goal.
I think like getting night running confidence is... That's a good goal.
Definitely.
And it's like intimidating.
It's been a long time since I've done night trail running. I did it in training. Sorry, I had to readjust. The stool's getting uncomfortable. I did some in training for Cascade Crest, as is necessary when you're running throughout the entire night. But that's a fun goal, man. Yeah. There's a loop-based race that we were talking about doing that takes place at night. It starts at what, 10 p.m.? Starlight?
6 or 7 p.m.
And just goes 24 hours? 7 hours.
Or 9 hours or something.
I apparently know nothing. Starts at 10 p.m. 6 p.m.? Oh, it's 12 hours. 6 hours? Great. Yeah, it's called the Starlight Overnight. Yes. And yeah, it takes place under the stars, and not technical at all, but that's a good goal. That sounds fun.
Sorry.
Ray Miller in November, says Jesse Luna. Yeah, Ray Miller is a fantastic 50 miler. It is beautiful and gorgeous. It is the perfect time of year, and it is also one of the most beautiful trails in Southern California.
Jenny Gentry says first half marathon scheduled for the end of April.
Fantastic. That's cool. That's really, really cool. Plenty of time to train for it. You will crush it. Jenny, promise to come back and report. That's one thing that I've been asking a lot of people is if you have a goal for a race, is to come back and let us know how you did. Did you accomplish it? Did you accomplish your goal? Did you just want to finish? That kind of thing.
Amber Nixon says goal, PR my second half that I dropped last year due to an injury. What half are you running, Amber?
Yeah, Amber, let us know.
Is it in Washington?
Yeah, that was one of my goals, was to run more road races. And if we're up in Washington, we want to get up there before the second half of the year, so we can spend the second half of we want to enjoy the summer up there. The summers in the Northwest.
I want to enjoy the summer, and I also want to be up there before all the holidays and stuff, because the second half of this year went by so fast.
Way too fast. And we didn't get to spend it with family.
I know.
Yeah. So we would love to be up there for the summers, which this year I felt like the summer lasted long too, which I missed those Indian summers in the Northwest. The Northwest during the summer is perfect. It's perfect. Summer in Southern California. I mean, yes, the last few months we've been posting these incredible photos, and Southern California is just amazing. The truth is, during the summer, it gets hot. It gets blazing hot, and a lot of people love it. I don't love heat. And the climate here is very Mediterranean. It's Mediterranean climate. Will eventually be desert, but at this point, it's. I miss the lush forests to run through during the heat of the summer because it gives you some sort of shade and that sort of thing.
Tony has a great goal. Tony says, explore the trails near my new city. I think that's important.
Totally. I can't wait to get back or go to our new city, I guess, and new to us, and be able to explore all those trails and stuff. I've been watching, there's a great Washington hiker Facebook page, and there's some photos from this last weekend. And I guess some news company reported on, hey, check out this beautiful waterfall in the winter. And it was all iced up, and it was really beautiful photography. And then that weekend, the trails were so congested with people just going out there to look at the waterfall. People would show up in high heels, and it was crazy to read some of these stories. And I went, oh yeah, that's the Northwest. I remember Southern California. If you were to say, hey, go take a look at this waterfall, it wouldn't be just, it would be packed maybe in the middle of the weekend, but it'd be like families, like kids would be running around and all that sort of thing. It'd be a little bit different. I guess it would happen anywhere, but it made me really excited to get back and explore some of those places that I never did when I was living there as a kid.
Amber says it's a trail run, Iron Horse Half Marathon, August 27th.
Nice.
This is a trail half, not a road half.
I was going to say, is Iron Horse that trail that runs through the I-90 corridor? Amber, is that the right trail? The Iron Horse Trail? I forget. There's some trail that runs east-west, west-east, that goes through the I-90 corridor. You can almost run from Seattle all the way to Idaho or something like that. I forget if it's the Iron Horse Trail.
Did you have any more goals that you wanted to talk about today?
It was growing the channel. Obviously more film content and gear content. You guys will always be the first to know about upcoming gear. I am in talks now with some hat companies regarding creating new hats, because people have been like, I want to buy the new hats. So there will probably be 2 new hats this year. One will be a similar style to the one that I made last time, and another one will be more trucker style, but better quality than your typical foam dome trucker. Yeah, it's not a foam dome trucker. It's more like, it's good. More like this one, actually, one that I'm wearing.
A lot of people were talking about your hat tonight.
Yeah. And so those 2 things will happen this year. And like regular casual t-shirts is an absolute goal, something that we can sell that people can wear around during the day, like not while they're on trails, as well as some sort of good fabric t-shirt type scenario that is individualized to us. And one thing that, I mean, we can talk to you guys a bit about it. Maybe we can do this Patreon Crew Live, but trying to figure out whether we want to start like a clothing brand name, or for any of the gear that we make, it's not just Ginger Runner or Mile Long Legs. It's some sort of umbrella. That way we can create it, and it can have its own web page, and it can basically live on its own. I have no problem putting like Ginger Runner on the label, but if we want as much mass appeal as possible, I'm like, do people want to wear something that says Ginger Runner on it, or do they want to wear something that says whatever the brand name?
Gus Runner.
Gus Runner. I mean, you look at Territory Run Company. Like Territory Run Company it's the brand name of lots of different cool like styles. Runners of the Wild, and all of his different slogans and stuff like that. Brett's definitely doing a fantastic job. So similar vein, but definitely geared towards Ginger Runner, Mile Long Legs type stuff, but under an umbrella brand. So we can talk about that. It's all business stuff. I don't know. I'm good at marketing, good at like creation stuff, but the business side of things I'm not good at. That's it. And also staying consistent. I'll make sure that the podcast gets uploaded, the videos get uploaded, and I would love for my website to be updated more frequently. But that's really difficult to do because
mine hasn't been touched in a long time.
Mine hasn't been touched. I would love for it to be kind of an automatic updating thing, and I just don't know how it works. I'm so out of the web game at this point.
Amber Nixon says you run the Snoqualmie Valley Trail.
Cool.
That's a good.
Ethan, that might be the Muilan Trail you're thinking of, roughly Seattle to Idaho. Muilan doesn't sound familiar. I feel like there was some horse, like I thought it was Iron Horse. It's the one that runs very similar to where you come through the tunnel for the Cascade Crest, which is the Snoqualmie Tunnel. It's the old abandoned train tunnel, not the Snoqualmie tunnels that you might drive through on I-90, but the one next to it underneath Snoqualmie Pass. I thought it was the Iron Horse Trail that picks up right at the end of that.
Isn't it?
You know what? I'm gonna find out right now before we let you guys go, and then we're gonna.
Stephen Fellows says, by the way, Ethan and Kim, thanks for cleaning out your closet last month. I'm loving my GR wrap. You guys snagged those up quickly.
Oh my god, this went so fast. Kim literally was cleaning our shoe. It's our shoe room.
It's like where our Christmas decorations and stuff were.
Yeah, Snoqualmie, and she found a whole bunch of old stuff that I like. We have 100. Was it like 100 wraps or something?
Like that.
And like a couple hats. Not Snoqualmie Casino. Come on now. Bandera.
Amber says there is a tunnel on the trail. Is it the long tunnel that we had to go through?
I'm in the location here. There's the Hayek parking lot. It's not where I want to be. I want to be right here. Stand by.
It's the one that runs right by that parking lot, I think is what you're thinking. Do you remember when we popped out of the tunnel and then there's that trail?
I do. I don't think that's the lot. Damn it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm literally pulling up.
It's Hayek is where we parked.
It is Hayek, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had already scrolled by it. Sorry, guys. I thought it runs along.
People in the chat room want you to call your brand 147.
That'd be funny, except doesn't 147 also mean murder?
Oh.
In police speak?
Oh, I don't know. That's not a good idea then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, where is this? So sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to sit with me as I find this silver fir. No.
187 is murder.
Iron Horse Trail.
Everybody's getting mad at you. 187.
Oh, it's 187. Oh, it is Iron Horse Trail. That is what goes through the tunnel. Iron Horse Trail. So I was right.
It is Iron Horse Trail?
It is Iron Horse Trail, but what I don't know is where it starts and where it ends.
Is that like when you come off the rope section of Cascade? Is that?
Or
after you come out of the tunnel?
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to scroll to the other side of the tunnel, which I thought was right there. That is not it. But yeah, it's basically as you come out towards the parking lot. That's where at least it says it starts, but I don't think that's true. Oh god, that tunnel is so much longer than I thought.
It's long.
That's crazy. Cascade Crest. Yeah, it doesn't say Iron Horse on the other end.
Shall I talk about my
It is. Oh no, that is Iron Horse. Yeah, go for it.
And one of my other goals that I didn't get to talk about during the live show is to try something new to stay physically fit. So I've talked about wanting to do indoor rock climbing, which is something that I've never done. So that's probably really loud in the.
Probably was loud. Sorry.
Indoor rock climbing is something I really want to try. And I also have a goal of facing my fear of downhill skiing. So not this winter, but like at the end of 2017, I'm hoping to be able to do that somewhere.
Yeah.
I
forgot about that skiing goal.
Yeah. Did do some downhill skiing when I was a kid, like with the school trips and whatnot. But I have a huge fear of not being in control. And I feel like skiing is like, I feel like you can get out of control really easily. And I don't like that. So
we have been talking more about these two sports, particularly in the last couple of weeks, because I've been, following Gary Robbins and his skimo adventures and all these other people that I know up in the Northwest that are doing skimo. I loved skiing when I was younger. I would ski every weekend. I would take the ski bus up from where we lived up to the passes up in Washington. And it was just it was so awesome to have 45 minutes from your house, beautiful skiing terrain. And now I'm like, oh, it just seems like great off-season training to like skin up and then ski down. And that's something I've been really wanting to do. And I've been mentioning to Kim, you've been very resistant to skiing. And I'm like, well, we can at least try it.
Even cross-country skiing, like we did it a couple years ago over New Year's Eve. And even that kind of bothered me because we had to cut across do you remember we had to cut across the top or the downhill ski mountain? And I kept like worrying that somehow my skis were going to get turned and I was going to get shot down the hill. It freaked me out.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
it's one of those, it can be also really damaging. It can be very, you can hurt yourself pretty good. So I want to get good at it. But the rock climbing thing, I'm like, here's a goal of ours. And we're happy to share it with you guys here on Patreon because you are obviously our supporters. We would love to have an office space. We are thinking about moving into a smaller living arrangement in Seattle, like a 1-bedroom or something, so we can have enough money to afford an office space. Like it would be great to have like a warehouse, but that's way too big and it's not going to happen. But a bigger space where we can keep inventory of gear, so we can have hats and shirts, which we can't do here. So that's why I've been so limited in what I can sell and create, is because we can only do one thing at a time because we don't have space. But we'd love to have a space where we can do multiple items. And in that same space, if we had room, I really want to have a climbing wall. I really want to have like a bouldering wall, not necessarily a 50-foot high climbing wall, but a bouldering wall, something that we can mess around with during the day, and you continue to work on strength training outside of just running. And it would be a space that people could come visit. Like if they just happen to be in the neighborhood, they can come say hi. Maybe there's
sounds like what Jamil has at Aravipa.
Does he have that?
I don't know. I guess.
Does he have a climbing wall? You might be talking about the space. I believe Jamil has I think he has a large warehouse space where he stores all of his race, like his banners and tents and stuff. And then in addition to that, they have offices. And I believe it's because in Phoenix, Arizona, you can get that for nothing. I think you could get a warehouse space in the warehouse district. I don't know. Maybe I can imagine it's very affordable. Hi, buddy.
Oh, he says nobody does have a huge warehouse. Yes.
Yeah, I think the warehouse space is what I was thinking too. That would be amazing to have some sort of headquarters, multiple offices and editing rooms and that sort of thing. It would be great. I think it's well outside of our budget. As you can see with Patreon, we're making around $4,000 a month. That's at this point just not going to cut it. So we'd have to figure out how to make things happen. Maybe there's other revenue streams like merchandise and stuff where we can begin to assume our annual income will afford a space of this size, which would be fantastic because then we can have people visit and share a beer around a conference table and climb a wall and then go for a run.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would be awesome.
Really great to have a place that people can come and visit,
Yeah. Cool. And $500 a month, not the same as Seattle. Let's see. Truth about the cheap real estate there. That's where I'm from. And I had a 2-bedroom house for $5. Yes. Not the same as Seattle. Yes. Scott's talking about, I believe Phoenix. I'm missing the chat, but I believe Scout's talking about Phoenix, and it is completely different real estate prices. We are fully aware of that. We are also looking outside of the Seattle bubble, so we can find more affordable housing, not only to live in, but to be closer to trails and to also have a warehouse space. But yeah, that's all stuff that we can talk about later at another date. This is going on entirely too long. We have been here for a long time, guys. It's dinner time. You can tell because Gus is grumbling. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for the support. I just looked at my email. I have a bunch of new emails from people who have changed their pledge amount up. So thank you. Thank you, everyone who has just increased whatever their pledge amount was. That's amazing. And hopefully you get what you want and you stick around.
And if you guys have any other questions or comments, obviously just email us and just make sure you let us know you're Patreon supporters as well.
Yeah. And if you haven't already, go join the Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, we totally understand. It's totally fine. We have a great community of a couple hundred people there now. It's the link I posted on a post, I believe, just before this one. So if you are at the $3 level or above, you will see that post. And it will have a link that will take you over to the Facebook group, which I hope that you can enjoy and use the community to your advantage however you want, because it's a fantastic community. You guys are amazing. We'll see you guys next week for another Patreon Crew post show live.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Happy New Year.